In a quiet, remote village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a poor farmer named Raj. Raj's weathered hands and furrowed brow bore testimony to years of toiling in his small patch of land. He owned a modest cottage, which he shared with his wife, Leela, and their two young children, Anu and Arjun. Despite the challenges they faced, the family cherished their simple life. Raj's daily routine began with the first light of dawn. He would rise from his bed, don his worn-out overalls, and head out to his fields. The land was his canvas, and the crops were his artistry. He would sow the seeds, tend to the plants, and nurture them with all the care his heart could muster. Each day's labor was fueled by the dream of a bountiful harvest that would finally lift his family out of poverty. However, the weather had not been kind to Raj for the past few seasons. Droughts had dried up his fields, and floods had washed away his hard work. Despite his best efforts, the yields were meager, barely enough to feed his family, let alone sell for a profit. The weight of his failures often weighed heavily on his shoulders, and yet, he never gave up. One evening, as the sun began its descent beyond the horizon, Raj sat outside his cottage, gazing at the starry sky. Leela joined him, concern etched on her face. "Raj, we've struggled for so long. Maybe it's time we consider leaving this land and seeking a better life elsewhere," she suggested. Raj turned to her with a determined look. "Leela, this land is our home. It has given us everything we have, and I believe it will reward our efforts someday. We mustn't lose hope." With renewed resolve, Raj sought advice from the village elder, Alok. Alok, who had seen countless seasons come and go, listened patiently to Raj's woes. He smiled warmly and said, "Raj, I've seen farmers face challenges like these before. But remember, nature has its own rhythm, and a patient heart can often find solutions." Alok shared his wisdom and encouraged Raj to diversify his crops, implement water conservation methods, and seek help from his fellow villagers during the toughest times. Raj took these words to heart and began experimenting with new techniques. As the seasons changed, Raj's efforts began to bear fruit, both metaphorically and literally. His crops flourished, and his fields turned into a vibrant tapestry of green. The villagers, inspired by his resilience, joined him during the most demanding phases, helping each other overcome obstacles. One day, as Raj was inspecting his thriving crops, he felt a tap on his shoulder. It was Anu, his young daughter, holding a basket filled with freshly harvested vegetables. Her eyes were filled with pride as she handed it to her father. "Look, Papa, I helped," she exclaimed. Raj's heart swelled with emotions as he hugged his daughter. He realized that the harvest wasn't just about the crops, it was about the hope, love, and unity that had sustained their family through adversity. Years passed, and the village transformed. Raj's perseverance had not only rejuvenated his own land but had also inspired others to believe in the power of determination. The village prospered, and Raj's family, once poor, now lived comfortably. And so, the story of the poor farmer, Raj, became a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the resilience of those who refuse to surrender to adversity. His journey from poverty to prosperity stood as a reminder that with hope, hard work, and the support of a community, even the most barren fields can yield the most abundant harvests.